The Chicago Common Council meeting will now come to order Wednesday, July 24th, 2024. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Medina, roll call, please. First District Councilwoman Monica Gonzalez.
Here.
Third District Councilman Terrence Hill. Here. Fourth District Councilwoman Stacy Winfield.
Present.
Fifth District Councilman Robert Garcia. Present. Sixth District Councilwoman Gilda Orton.
Present.
Councilman at Large Dwayne Rexford. Present. Councilwoman at Large Vanessa Hernandez Orton.
Present.
Councilman at Large Kenneth Monroe. Here. Council President Lenny Francisco. Present. First thing on the agenda is the public hearing. Clerk Medina, ordinance number? Ordinance 24-0018, sponsored Mayor Anthony Copeland. Additional appropriations ordinance for the East Chicago Sanitary District Sanitation Fund 2223 street sweeper. And I believe we do have Director Robinson here.
Yes, Dalen Robinson, this ordinance is for a total of $824,660 to replace two of our older street sweepers.
Any questions from my colleague? Do we have anyone from the public that is for or against ordinance 24-0001? Not this close the public hearing portion. Let's move on to the regular scheduled meeting. Clerk Regina, is there any minutes of the last council meeting? We have none at this time. Any communications from the mayor? We have none at this time. Any communications from department heads? We have several comparable warrants. Warrant number 070524CC, 070824CC, 071124CC, 071624CC, 071724CC, 072424CC, and 072424LA.
So moved.
Second. Motion was made by Councilwoman Gonzalez, seconded by Councilman Hill to accept the accounts payable warrants. Do I have any questions on the motion? Clerk Medina, roll call, please. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Winfield?
Yes.
Garcia?
No.
Orange?
Yes.
Ransford?
Yes.
Hernandez Orton?
Yes.
Monroe?
Yes.
Francisci? Yes. Payroll warrant biweekly 071924.
So move, Mr. President.
Second. Motion was made by Councilman Garcia, seconded by Councilman Monroe to accept the payroll warrant. Do I have any questions on the motion? Clerk Medina, roll call, please. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Hill. Yes. Winfield.
Yeah.
Garcia.
Yes.
Orange.
Yes.
Ransford.
Yes.
Hernandez Corn,
Yes.
Monroe,
Yes.
Francisco.
Yes. Moving on, do we have any committee reports? Councilman Gonzalez?
Yes,
Councilwoman?
we had a brief meeting, the full council meeting with, the police department, engineering, and public works about our speed bump situation. A good dialogue, was had, and each department is gonna give us feedback on what we can do, in the future, whether it be cameras, whether it be, temporary speed bumps, so we will get back to you on that.
Thank you. Do we have any other committee reports? Moving on to board reports, I believe we do have some board representatives here. The first one is Miss Warner Love, sorry.
Good evening, common council members. My name is Cynthia Warner Love, and I am your representative to the East Chicago School Board, to the East Chicago Library Board. I'm thinking, and I thought tonight it was time for me to come in and just give you some updates to what's going on with the library. I do have flyers for you. For the month of August, we have Friends of the Family, which is an organization that helps the library, and they are doing a summer fun at the main library on August 11th from 5 to 11 p.m. And I would hope that some of you would come and enjoy and come in and be there with us. We also are going to have a blood drive on August 14th from 12 noon to 5. And it is at the main library. I also tonight have the daily calendars for both the adult library and the children's library for your consideration. So I'm hoping that you can find a packet for each one of you. If I can give them out, or do you want me to
Yeah,
share it?
you can leave them with the clerk on this floor.
I think questions that you might have for me.
Councilman Dorsey?
Yeah, Ms. Lowe, if you could just take back for the library, for the library, they all do a great job, all get the members in the mail, but they do a great job.
Thank you, sir.
Councilman
Yes,
Hill?
sir.
It's not a question, but it's a statement. I am really for that.
And you know what, and you are correct, this is our grilling, so please, you have to come to that. I just remember that.
I don't know.
He's a very good cook, and he is the one that will be doing it.
Whatever they have for me to do.
Thank you, Ms. Lowe.
Thank you, sir.
They bring out.
Our next board member is Mr. Artist.
Good morning, Common Council. My name is Randy Artis. I'm here representing the redevelopment board. First, I'm glad to see the Harvest Food Group here. They came before us a couple of weeks ago, for the program. I'm quite sure they could come back and explain to with more details. But one thing I want to say is that the mayor has been doing an outstanding job as far as making sure that every sector of the city is getting a fair share. We talk about, we do a lot of emergency demolitions, emergency rehab for flooring, roofing, for different, it's all over the city. They just finished a big project at Marshland. They did a project over there on Main Street. We did a project in the first, different second, all over the city. One big project is happening right now is that in Calumet, we just approved a architect plan for a triplex and a duplex on Kennedy. And they're gonna be doing more details as far as specs and everything else. But overall, that was another thing too, is that there's a lot of money being spent. and it's spent really wisely. I'm just gonna use a few examples. Like for the youth football, Pop Warner, you know, the CDD grant, they donated money to Pop Warner. They donated money for the Veterans Park, over $380 some thousand. We talking about, donate money for, allocate money for the water plant project, money for the fund cap, money for, the hydrants replacement, housing rehabilitation. It's just so many things that the redevelopment is doing, but one thing, like more than anything else, he's making sure that every sector of the city is getting a fair share as far as, money that, allocations. Any questions? Any questions? Yes.
I just want to thank you. Anytime I have any questions on redevelopment, you always pick it up.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Orton?
Yes.
And those houses in the third district.
Uh,
In, Councilman Hill's, district.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, now it's the third
I
district.
just want to get to it before you.
And let everybody know that it's gonna happen. And it's gonna happen, houses in third district is gonna happen, that's just the beginning. We talk about 5 houses coming up very, very soon. And one thing, delay, people know what delay is. One thing to explain to the community, delay is this. You have to have a strategic plan. First of all, we had to get rid of the lead, okay? After we get rid of the lead, we had to make sure that we had to transfer a lot of the city property to redevelopment to control the property. Because you can't do no development, you don't control the property. So you make sure that majority of the city property in East Chicago now is owned by redevelopment. By the redevelopment own the property, that means the administration can go and do what they need to do to make things happen. So that's a major, major plus. And then what happens is, the reason why, I'm gonna clear the water, the reason why it didn't happen for the first project over there on Kennedy Avenue, because the individual turned job down. It wasn't nothing to do with the administration, turned the job down. But the good thing, I'm glad he did turn it down. I'll tell you why. Instead of doing a duplex, now we're building 5 houses. For, believe it or not, for the same amount of money. So the other thing talking about, that's fiscal responsibility. Using the same amount of money to build 5 houses instead of 2 houses. So yeah, give them kudos for that. Any other questions?
Councilwoman Marcelo?
First, I'd like to thank you for coming. I know we had the reason when, Ms. Gonzalez stated we wanted people to come in, so you can know what you guys are hearing, because you guys get a little bit more detail sometimes before us. When the Harvest Food Group came and gave us their information, one of the things it says in the documents is that it was passed by the redevelopment board first to have them come before us.
And the reason why they come then, because they was coming the next week. They
So-
came, yeah.
I guess my question to you is, what was your reasoning as our representative for making sure that they're gonna be the group to come into that space?
Oh, it's definitely needed. We talking about building, it's about spending like $70 million over there at the old, railroad place and stuff, right there on 150th and, Railway Avenue. That's been vacant for so long, and I saw it, they talking about building a big, factory there, they gonna have jobs gonna come here too. Jobs gonna come here, people be employed, gonna be a tax base, it's a no-brainer. It's a win-win situation. Because I'm quite sure we had a hard time getting people over here, they talk about, how many, think about
30
it.
seconds.
How many companies gonna come here? How many companies gonna come here and spend $70 million?
Thank you, Ms. Owen. We're getting any ordinances on first reading.
We have one ordinance on first reading, and we need to correct the ordinance number. That ordinance number, is 24-0020. It is sponsored by now the Mayor Anthony Copeland, as well as Councilwoman Monica Gonzalez. Appropriations ordinance, Health Department Fund 2556, Municipal Public Health Services.
We'll move for the second reading.
Second.
Motion was made by Councilman Garcia, seconded by Councilman Monroe, to hear ordinance 24-0020 on second reading. Any questions on the motion? Councilman Garcia?
What's the one that passed, last one?
Yes, this is the one that has been kind of circling for a couple of times now. And, so I don't know if, it's basically
The grant.
the grant money from the county that's being distributed through the county to us.
It's showing we don't need,
No, you can pass it all the way through. It's the pleasure of the council.
Any other questions on the motion? Clerk Medina, roll call please.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Winfield,
Yes.
Garcia,
yes.
Orange,
Yes.
Transfer,
Yes.
Hernandez, Orange,
Yes.
Monroe,
Yes.
Francisco.
Yes.
Motion suspended.
Second.
Motion was made by Councilman Garcia, seconded by Councilman Hill. Spin up, roll on ordinance 24-0020. Have any questions? Roll call please.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Winfield,
Yes.
Garcia,
Yes.
Orange,
Yes.
Ratzifer,
Yes.
Hernandez, Orange,
Yes.
Monroe,
Yes.
Francisco.
Yes.
So move on third and final reading, Mr. President.
Motion was made by Councilman Garcia, seconded by Councilwoman Winfield to hear ordinance 24-0020 on third and final reading. Any questions on the motion? Clerk Medina, roll call please.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Winfield,
Yes.
Garcia,
Yes.
Orange,
Yes.
Ratzifer,
Yes.
Hernandez, Orange,
Yes.
Monroe,
Yes.
Francisco.
Yes.
Yes.
Have any ordinances on second reading? Are there any ordinances on second reading?
We have none.
Any ordinances on third reading?
Ordinance 24-0018. Sponsor Mayor Anthony Copeland, additional appropriations ordinance for the East Chicago Sanitary District Sanitation Fund 2223,
So moved.
Sweetburg.
Second.
Motion was made by Councilwoman Gonzalez, seconded by Councilwoman Winfield, the ordinance 24-0018 on third reading. Any questions on the motion? Roll call please.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Winfield,
Yes.
Garcia,
Yes.
Orange,
Yes.
Ratzifer,
Yes.
Hernandez, Orange,
Yes.
Monroe,
Yes.
Francisco.
Yes. Do you have any resolutions?
We have one, resolution 24-0011. Sponsor Mayor Anthony Copeland. Resolution, Common Council, City, East Chicago, Indiana, approving certain matters related to certain transfers previously made to the city's waterworks and other matters connected therewith.
So move, Mr. President.
Second.
Motion was made by Councilwoman Garcia, seconded by Councilwoman Orange to hear resolution 24-0011 Do I have any questions on the motion? Councilman Garcia?
Currently, we're ready to speak.
Good evening, council. Joe Evergrady, East Chicago Water Department. I sense information concerning this activity by the East Chicago Department of Waterworks. Sent a correspondence. I think we had a memorandum explaining what the situation is. And it's time sensitive and it's critical. East Chicago has the best water in the country, thanks to the construction installation of our state-of-the-art membrane filtration system. There's no better water anywhere in the world. But like all utilities, it requires maintenance, which has, because of financial pressures, has been deferred. The membranes need replacing, which we have been funded and being replaced, and our distribution system, which is aging and contributes, that is the sole cause of the occasional unfortunate boil orders that happen because of breakage causing a drop in pressure. The regulators require that if the water pressure in the distribution system falls below a certain level, a boil order must be issued, which is unfortunate, but it happens. I sent some correspondence, a memorandum explaining. I can give it again, but just very briefly, the resolution does two things. It approves a memorandum of understanding, which gives $2 million of money transferred from the general fund to the waterworks. This was characterized by the State Board of Accounts as a loan. In fact, I think at the time it was intended to be characterized as a loan. The council has previously generously funded emergency repairs and public works for both utilities, for the water utility and particularly for the sanitary district. Most recently, a $15 million fund appropriation for emergency repairs for the 96-inch, 100-year-old brick main sewer line going to the Simcoe tank farm property, which is on, that repair is ongoing and probably is going to need some additional funding for additional repairs. Second thing it does is the $2 million transfer from the stormwater utility, so there's $4 million at issue here, will be that obligation. And again, that was not, it's characterized as a loan, but in fact, I don't think it was ever intended by anyone to be characterized as a loan. This was State Board of Accounts did in hindsight. But it's made us, as long as those things are outstanding and characterized as loans, it has made the Department of Waterworks ineligible for funding through the state revolving loan fund, which I think everybody in the council is familiar with, lends money to units of government at very favorable terms. Upon approval of this resolution and approval, which authorizes approval of the MOU, what I described, we're able to proceed with the financing in October. If we can't get this done today, we will lose a year. And that would be unfortunate. I think we all think that, other than maybe public safety, it's equally important. There's nothing more important than providing safe drinking water to our citizens. It will allow me to proceed with a $2.5 million grant for lead line replacement, a $2.5 million zero interest loan, a $1.8 million loan, state revolving loan fund loan for the Roxana water main project, and $7 million for expansion to additional. Sorry.
Hey, Joe, you got the question. Councilman Garcia.
Yeah, I know that loan, is that the same loan this council's been kicking down, was over 5 years? It's
Yes.
2 million, okay. Just want to make sure that's the same thing. And then I know the new plant, that's new technology with the membranes, but what's the status of the old plant?
The old plant is not working. It's idle. Fortunately, the membrane filtration plant is, producing water sufficient to meet our daily needs. And we have, we built additional, storage units, 2 4 million-gallon storage units, one on top behind us and another one, a remote one. There are no plans to activate it, and there are plans to ultimately demolish it and develop that valuable lakefront property for future development.
Thank you. Any other questions? Clerk Medina, roll call, please.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Winfield,
Yes.
Garcia.
Yes.
Orange,
Yes.
Ransford,
Yes.
Hernandez, Orange,
Yes.
Monroe,
Yes.
Franciski.
Yes. Moving on to old business, do we have any old business? Councilwoman Orange.
Yes, council, I'm asking today for to repeal the city of East Chicago welcome city ordinance number 17-010.
I'll second.
So, we have ordinance number 24-21. Would you like to add that to the agenda for tonight for voting?
Yes.
Okay. So then I guess the motion is to add to the agenda ordinance 24-21, an ordinance repealing the city of East Chicago welcome city ordinance.
So do we need to repeal first?
You want to vote to add it to the agenda and then vote to approve ordinance 24-21.
Repeal, okay, yes.
Yeah, so it needs,
Okay.
it needed to be a written ordinance, which I've
Oh,
done
okay.
in the past 10 minutes.
Okay, so, I'm asking for 24-21.
24-21.
to be added to the agenda for tonight.
Second.
So I have a motion on the floor by Councilwoman Orange, seconded by Councilman Garcia to add ordinance 24-0021.
Mhm.
Any questions on the motion? Do I need to vote on that?
Would you like me to read
Yes,
the,
please.
would you like me to read the
Please.
ordinance into the record? Okay. Whereas in 2017, this common council passed ordinance number 17-010 in an effort to let community know that they should feel safe calling the city of East Chicago and all of its supportive and public safety services regardless of any of the rhetoric following the 2016 election. City of East Chicago remains committed to upholding the constitutions of the state of Indiana and the United States, to upholding the laws of the state of Indiana and protecting the rights of its residents and visitors, and to ensuring the health and safety of all residents and visitors. The city has determined that ordinance number 17-010 is not effective nor necessary for the protection of the rights of residents and visitors, nor to ensure the health and safety of all residents and visitors. Now therefore be it ordained by the Common Council of the City of East Chicago that the City of East Chicago Welcome City Ordinance 17-010 is hereby repealed in its entirety.
Thank you. Clerk Medina, can I get a roll call for that, please?
Roll call to add 24-0021. Gonzalez,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Winfield,
Yes.
Garcia,
Yes.
Orange,
Yes.
Ransford,
Yes.
Hernandez, Orange,
Yes.
Monroe,
Yes.
Franciski.
Yes.
So moving. Second reading.
Second.
Motion was made by Councilman Garcia, seconded by Councilman Monroe. To hear ordinance 24-0021 on first and second reading. Any questions on the motion? Clerk Medina, roll call please.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Winfield,
Yeah.
Garcia,
Yes.
Orange,
Yes.
Ransford,
Yes.
Hernandez, Orange,
Yes.
Monroe,
Yes.
Francisco,
Yes.
President, motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Motion was made by Councilman Garcia, seconded by Councilman Monroe. To suspend the rules for, ordinance 24-0021. Any questions? Clerk Medina, roll call.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Winfield,
Yes.
Garcia,
Yes.
Orange,
Yes.
Ratchford,
Yes.
Hernandez, Orange,
Yes.
Monroe,
Yeah.
Francisco,
Yes.
So move the third final reading, President.
Second.
Motion was made by Councilman Garcia, seconded by Councilman Monroe to hear ordinance 24-0021 on third and final reading. Do you have any questions? Clerk Medina, roll call.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Winfield,
Yes.
Garcia,
Yes.
Orange,
Yes.
Ratchford,
Yes.
Hernandez, Orange,
Yes.
Monroe,
Yes.
Francisco,
Yes. Do I have any other old business? Councilman Ransom.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to remove resolution 24-0010 off of the table.
So moved.
Second.
Motion was made by Councilman Ransiford, seconded by Councilwoman Gonzalez. Take ordinance 24-0010 off the table. Any questions? Roll call, please. Oh, I'm sorry, Councilman. Roll call.
Point of order, that's a resolution, Mr. President.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, resolution.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Winfield,
Yeah.
Garcia,
Yes.
Orange,
Yes.
Ratchford,
Yes.
Hernandez, Orange,
Yes.
Monroe,
Yes.
Francisco,
Yes.
Make the motion.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve the resolution. I'm sorry, resolution 24-0010.
Motion was made by Councilwoman Ransford, seconded by Councilwoman Orange. Your resolution 24-0010. Any questions? Councilman Garcia.
Yeah, I was not able to make that meeting yet, but, one of the issues is some of the language in it, is some of the language is gonna be changed. Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah, the language was changed. Vivian, you have the updated one that was sent to you last week. So council and I made the changes and it's good to go.
Thank you. Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Winfield,
Yes.
Garcia,
Yes.
Orange,
Yes.
Ratchford,
Yes.
Hernandez, Orange,
Yes.
Monroe,
Yes.
Francisco,
Yes. Is there any other old business? Moving on to new business? Any new business?
Oh, yes.
Councilman Hill?
I would like to invite, each and everybody here in the city of Chicago, if you can, make it our 30th annual Academy Day, which is Saturday, July 27th, from 6 to 6. Come on out, enjoy yourself and be safe.
You gonna be great.
No, sir, I'm really on there now. But however, I have drilled.
I believe there is no public expression. Motion was made by Councilman Garcia. Seconded by Council Hernandez Orange. Roll call, please.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
Hill,
Hold up and go out.
Hill,
Yes.
Winfield,
Yes.
Garcia, Orange,
Yes.
Ratchford,
Yes.
Hernandez, Orange,
Yes.
Monroe,
Yeah.
Franceschi.
Yes, good night.